If we was to fight right now on the streets, I'll break your neck. And that's on my kids. And you know it, I know.
A recent back and forth on social media between two of boxing's most elite fighters, Terence Crawford and Gervonta "Tank" Davis, has sparked excitement and drama in the sport. The tension between these two stars of the ring was ignited after Crawford posted a taunt on social media mocking Tank Davis' absence from the Ring Magazine Awards ceremony, setting off a war of words that continues to fuel online conversations. The Ring Magazine Awards, which took place in London recently, brought together the best boxers of today, but Gervonta Davis, despite his undefeated record and knockout power, was noticeably absent. Davis, who has made it clear that he plans to retire in 2025, boasts an impressive 30-0 record with 28 knockouts, placing him among boxing's elite. However, it seems that his strained relationship with Ring Magazine's owners might have kept him from receiving an invite. This absence led Crawford to take to social media to throw a jab at Davis, commenting that Tank was upset over not being invited. He included mocking emojis, which only added fuel to the fire. As expected, Davis didn't take the criticism lying down. He took to his X account, formerly Twitter, posting several messages expressing his displeasure. Though many of these posts were later deleted, their impact was felt across the internet. Tank's posts targeted not only Crawford, but also others within the boxing industry, including Eddie Hearn, a well-known promoter. Tank criticized Hearn for not properly building fighters and accused him of mismanaging talent. The spat escalated when Tank commented on the owners of Ring Magazine, calling them out for not knowing anything about boxing. As the situation grew more intense, Crawford responded with additional taunts, and the exchange turned into a full-blown social media war. Crawford posted a message suggesting that Davis, if he ever came up to the 147-pound weight class, would be in for a rude awakening. Crawford seemed confident that he would defeat Davis, regardless of Tank's plans or motivations. Despite the verbal sparring, Crawford remained focused on his career. In a recent interview, he acknowledged Davis' skills, but noted that there were levels to boxing. Crawford suggested that if Davis thought he could simply move up to 147 pounds and knock him out, he was sorely mistaken. For Crawford, his next challenge is not Tank Davis, but another monster in the ring, Canelo Alvarez. The social media feud between the two fighters generated a lot of buzz and continued to grow when Davis made a series of public comments about the state of boxing. He questioned why certain fighters were able to make money overseas while still attracting minimal crowds at their fights. Tank criticized the decision-making of promoters and hinted at a lack of accountability within the sport. It's clear that Davis, who continues to prepare for his next bout with Lamont Roach, feels deeply about the direction of the sport and his place in it. The underlying cause of the tension between Davis and Crawford is more than just a matter of hurt feelings over award ceremonies. There's a long-standing rivalry between these two, dating back to Davis' alignment with Errol Spence Jr. in Spence's feud with Crawford. That dynamic has shaped the discourse between these two men, and the animosity continues to build with each passing week. Davis, however, went too far with some of his posts. His attack on Crawford's family, where he made derogatory comments about Crawford's children and wife, crossed a line for many fans. The comments were viewed as deeply personal and unnecessary, leading many fans and boxing analysts to criticize Tank for going after Crawford on such a level. Once the post was deleted, the damage was done. It became clear that the beef between the two was escalating in ways that went far beyond typical rivalry. For Crawford, though, the real focus is on his upcoming fight with Canelo Alvarez. The speculation surrounding the possibility of a showdown between the two boxing giants has been increasing over the past several months. Crawford has expressed his readiness for the challenge, even going so far as to confidently claim that he could defeat Alvarez. This bold statement has drawn attention, with many fans eager to see if Crawford's confidence matches his ability in the ring. Canelo, known for his formidable punching power and tactical skills, is a four-division world champion who has made his mark in boxing by defeating some of the sport's biggest names. Crawford, on the other hand, has established himself as one of the most versatile and skilled fighters of his generation, winning titles in multiple weight classes. Despite the size disadvantage that Crawford would face in a fight against Alvarez, the Nebraska native has insisted that he has the skills necessary to overcome Canelo's power and size. Both fighters are currently in the process of preparing for their respective future fights. While Crawford continues to plan his attack against Canelo, Davis is focused on his upcoming bout with Lamont Roach. But it's clear that the cloud of animosity between Davis and Crawford hangs heavily over the sport, with each boxer continuing to take shots at the other, whether directly or through cryptic posts on social media. Adding fuel to the fire is the involvement of Saudi Arabian businessman Turki Al Sheikh, who has expressed interest in promoting a major fight between Crawford and Alvarez. Al Sheikh has been instrumental in bringing high-profile fights to Saudi Arabia, which has become a hotspot for elite boxing events in recent years. His efforts to orchestrate a massive clash between Canelo and Crawford have only increased speculation about the potential showdown. Al Sheikh has been active on social media, sharing images with both Crawford and Alvarez, and hinting that negotiations are underway for a potential fight later this year. The involvement of Al Sheikh has only intensified the hype surrounding the matchup, as fans eagerly await any official announcements. Mike Tyson, the legendary former heavyweight champion, has also weighed in on the potential fight, offering his prediction. Tyson, who has always been vocal about his admiration for the sport, expressed confidence that Crawford could defeat Canelo, citing his skills, intelligence, and relentless pressure. Tyson's endorsement carries weight, and it has fueled further excitement about the prospect of the two fighters going head-to-head. Despite Tyson's prediction, many in the boxing world remain divided on who would come out on top in a potential Crawford versus Canelo fight. Some critics believe that Canelo might not get much credit for defeating Crawford, who would be moving up in weight. However, others argue that a win over Crawford would solidify Canelo's legacy as one of the greatest fighters of all time, as he would be facing an opponent with a proven track record in multiple weight classes. Promoter Eddie Hearn, however, has voiced skepticism about whether Canelo truly wants the fight with Crawford. Hearn suggested that Canelo might not see the benefit of defeating a smaller fighter in Crawford, and that the fight could be more challenging for Canelo than many expect. But with Canelo's options in the super middleweight division limited, the fight with Crawford might be the only compelling option available to him in the near future. The rivalry between Davis and Crawford continues to unfold, while both fighters are preparing for their respective bouts. Crawford is focused on his potential super fight with Canelo, which promises to be one of the most significant matchups in modern boxing history. As the negotiations continue, and with Turki Al Sheikh working behind the scenes, fans can only wait and wonder if this much anticipated fight will come to fruition. Both fighters have their sights set on making a legacy-defining impact on the sport, and this showdown would undoubtedly be one of the biggest events in boxing in recent memory. But for now, the question remains, who will come out on top? Crawford's confidence, combined with his track record of success across multiple weight classes, makes him a formidable opponent for any fighter, including Canelo Alvarez. Meanwhile, Davis, despite being embroiled in the social media drama with Crawford, remains a major figure in the sport. His upcoming fight with Lamont Roach will continue to build his reputation, but it's clear that his rivalry with Crawford will linger in the background. Fans are eagerly awaiting to see if these two will ever settle their differences in the ring, or if their feud will continue to play out through public exchanges on social media. The future of boxing is undoubtedly filled with drama, excitement, and potential matchups that could rewrite history. Whether or not the Crawford versus Canelo fight materializes, it's clear that both fighters are focused on their legacies and are willing to take on any challenge that comes their way.